Now welcome back my dear class 11 student. This is a class of BST and we are going through the chapter internal trade. Now under internal trade, last class I have discussed about some large retailers, and specifically yesterday I discussed about the mail order houses in last classes. Okay, now today there is another type of large scale retailer is here, that is consumer cooperative store. Now consumer cooperative store is already we have actually learned when we go through the chapter form of the business. There we have learned what is consumer cooperative society. Now the same features and criteria actually you build the consumer cooperative store. Okay, now consumer cooperative store is an organization owned, managed and controlled by consumer themselves. Okay, and why they actually make this consumer cooperative store? Because they actually eliminated the middleman. What is the consumer cooperative society main purpose, and all the features and advantages and limitation is same as consumer cooperative society. Here also you have to need minimum 10 consumer member, minimum 10 people actually to set up the consumer cooperative store. As the features of consumer cooperative society same. Under consumer cooperative society you learn about consumer cooperative, then producer cooperative, then credit society, okay, housing, consumer housing society. So that is one of the consumer cooperative store. Same as the liability as per formation, democratic management, lower of prices, all the features and limitation is same as per consumer cooperative society when we learn about consumer cooperative store. So there is nothing enough to say. So this is the same as we learned before. Now another we discussed today actually another type of consumer cooperative, actually another type of large scale retailer, that is supermarket. Now what is supermarket? Now a supermarket is a large retailing business unit selling wide variety of consumer goods on the basis of low price. Okay, so a supermarket is a large retailing business unit selling wide variety of goods, that is consumer goods, on the basis of low price. The goods traded are generally food products and other low price branded and widely used consumer products such as groceries, utensils, clothes, electronic appliances, household goods and medicine. So that is similar like departmental store, but there is some difference between supermarket and departmental store. On what are the difference that we discuss later. So main difference is that is the we will also learn whenever we discuss about advantages, disadvantages and features. So mainly supermarket is a large retailing business unit selling wide variety of goods. And what type of goods they actually sell? They sell mainly grocery item, that is food item is the main purpose of the supermarkets. And other goods what they selling, they sell household goods, utensils, clothes, electronic appliances, okay, medicine sometimes, but they do not provide additional service as per departmental store concern. No additional service or credit they actually do not provide. So here actually supermarket generally situated at the main shopping center, okay, where the most of the shop is there. There actually these supermarkets generally set up their shop, because suppose you have to go to a market for buying some clothes. Now you just remember I have need some pulses or rice and some electronics product. So then what happen, actually consumer go to the supermarket because there they that is convenience for him, that from there they can get each and everything. So sometimes they decide to not even the clothes, and they can purchase from there. So that is one of the advantage supermarkets, that is situated in the where the other markets, actually other retail shop is there. Okay. And here how the goods are actually kept on racks. There is a racks, you can see under rack the goods are kept and clearly label the price and quality tag in such store. Whatever the goods actually put in a rack, and their prices, their quality, what is the total weight, all are in label, you can see it clearly, because nobody will offer you to something, you have to go to himself or yourself, yourself go to you have to go to yourself and just pick up the goods whatever you need, and you just go to the cash counter and make a bill, and just that is the purchase procedure and selling procedure of the supermarket. In other way, on the retail shop, in nearby, in your nearby in your house, you can see the shopkeeper is in front, and all the goods and products are at back of this shopkeeper. So you can, there is no chance to you just pick up the thing. You just say the shopkeeper that is this good well right or wrong for you, and they actually give some suggestion, and on the basis you have just purchased the thing. But here the things is not happen like that. Here there is a rack, and there is all the goods are actually very much organized way, they put in a rack, and you just go and pick up whatever you need and go to the cash counter and make the bill, and that is the procedure of buying and selling in the supermarkets. So, and one thing is that there is no credit is given by the supermarket. Every time whatever you bring in the, you have to pay the cash. That is also a limitation for supermarket also. Now next is supermarkets are organized departmental basis, where customer can buy various types of goods under one roof. So that's I have already discussed that from one roof you can buy different types of goods. You need clothes, utensils, electronic appliances, grocery, all of the daily need of your life you will get easily from that supermarkets under one roof. Okay. However, as compared to departmental store, this market not offer certain services such as home delivery. Now, this supermarket actually, though there is some electronic appliances, but if you buy a TV from the supermarkets, they do not provide any home delivery of this TV to in your home. But whenever you buy from departmental store, as they are very big people, very organized, there is a salesman is there, there is a company's people also stayed in this departmental store. So that is one of the facility they give, that they can give this TV, you just buy today and they can give in evening or for tomorrow they can home delivery of this TV to you. There is no transportation costs you need, or there is no botheredness you have to bother about to get the delivery. Okay. And credit facilities also, sometimes departmental store give the credit facilities because you can use the credit card, but in supermarkets you usually do not actually use the credit card. Every time you have to pay it is debit card or in cash. Okay. And also do not appoint salesperson. As you see in departmental store, there is a different department. Suppose first floor, if the departmental store example I given to you, that Big Bazaar, the first floor is for children, the second floor is for the menswear, the third floor is the women's wear, the fourth floor is for furniture and utensils, and fifth floor is for food product. So there is a different department for different things for product. Okay. So there is a salesperson also who help to buy the product, which product will be good, which product will be actually as per your need what will be most suitable product for you, they can advise you. But in the supermarket there is no salesperson, you can see there is nobody is there. You just go to enter the supermarkets, and whatever you need to whatever you need, actually you just go to the different shelf where, and there you can see there is a product is actually put on in a shelf, and you just pick up whatever you need and you just make a bill. Nobody actually help you to select the product. So it is the customer's quality of the products cannot know by the customer. Okay. So some of the important characteristic of supermarket is a supermarket generally carry a complete line of food items and groceries in addition to not for convenience good. So a supermarket generally actually you can see carry a complete line of food products, different type of food, they are specialized in different type of food items and grocery items, and in addition to that they also actually sell non-food convenience good, which is most very much useful for your daily needs goods they also sell. So the buyer can purchase different product as per their requirement under one roof in such market. So under one roof you can buy the product. That all I discuss. A supermarkets operate on the principle of self-service. The distribution cost is therefore low. So there is no salesperson, I have already told. So you just go and buy the product. So their distribution cost is low, they have less employee, so their cost is also low, so their price is also be lower than the departmental store price, goods products price. The prices of the products are generally lower. Okay, the goods are sold on cash basis only, there is no credit facility given by the supermarket, and supermarket generally located at a central location to secure high turnover, where the generally other market is located, and that place not very far from the town, very far from the locality, they have actually located in a central place. So suppose in Burdwan town there is a central place is nearby Korjan Gate, where is Big Bazaar is there, there is suppose there is very near to Big Bazaar, very near to other market, that is Parkas Road. Okay, so these are the main market of the Raniganj Bazaar in Burdwan town, and from nearby that they actually set up their shop as a supermarket. So more is a one type of supermarket that is operated in Burdwan town now. Now what are the advantages of this supermarket? Okay, so one of the advantages is one roof, low cost. Okay, in one roof wide variety of products you can get, and these outlets are therefore not only convenient but also economical to buyers for making their purchase, because their prices is lower than the departmental store. Central location, they actually situated in a very central location of any town or city, that is one of the advantages for them, so their turnover is more and people can easily, even the who is not lives in Burdwan town, just come to the Burdwan, and that is very nearby station, they actually situated nearby bus stand, they situated. Okay, they can buy the goods, so their turnover will be high. That is one of the advantages of the supermarkets. Now wide selection, I have discussed about, there is wide selection of goods you can choose. Mainly they actually focused on the grocery item and food items, except that they also sell different types of utensils, clothes, electronic appliances, household goods. Okay, and number 4 is no bad debts. Another advantage is there is no bad debts. As I said, the supermarket, there is no credit facility given by the supermarket to the consumer or customer, so there is no bad debts happen actually. whenever you sell in credit, then only there is a question of bad debt. If you do not sell in a credit, so there is no chance of bad debt. Now next is benefits of being large scale. As they are doing in a large scale, supermarket is a large scale retailing store. Okay, it enjoys all the benefits of large scale buying and selling, because of which its operating costs are lower. So whenever we see that, whenever we actually purchase in a bulk from any manufacturer, automatically the price will be lower. Even in your daily life, you can see in your vegetable, whenever purchase to a vegetable market, suppose you need just 500 grams of one just one, what can I say, 500 grams of brinjal. Okay, but and this if you ask the price for 500 grams, they will say that is that 15 rupees. And what is the kg? If you then the vegetable shopkeeper offer you that if you take the 1 kg of brinjal, then I will give you to the, that is a 25 rupees. So there is a 5 rupees less, because if 500 rupees price is rupees 15, then 1 kg price should be the 30. But in that case, when you purchase in lots of brinjal, so if quantity is high, then automatically the price will be lower. And the same case happen in case of supermarkets. They actually buy, whenever they purchase from any manufacturer for product, they purchase in a large amount, large amount of goods, large amount of products. So that's why their price will be very lower, and they can also pass these lower prices to the customer. As the price is lower, customer is more attracted to these supermarkets. Okay, and whenever you actually get lower prices for the same quality of goods, people or consumer or customer will go there. Okay, so that is the cost, and that's why their operating cost also be very lower, because operating cost means the purchase and purchase cost, different transportation cost, it will be lower. Okay, now as there is certain advantages, there is a disadvantage or limitation is also there. What are the limitation of the supermarket? So they do not provide any credit, no credit facility or no credit actually given by the supermarket. So supermarkets sell their products on cash basis only. So no credit facilities are made available to the buyers. So this restricts the purchasing power of buyers from such markets. So what happens sometimes, what the middle lower class people or poor people, they sometime in the month end they do not have enough money, because most of them are salaried person. Now what happen after, so if in the month end their salary is almost, there is a budget for them, that budget I will expense for this month. Okay, the salaried person or middle work class people actually go live their life like that. So whenever there is no money in the month end, though they actually want to buy, need actually some goods or some pulses or some grocery things, they do not go to the supermarket. Okay, because they know that from there they will not get any credit. But they are nearby grocery shop, they can go, because the people, the so-called uncle actually know you, so he or she will give you the credit, that you just take the things, and next month when you get the salary, you will just give me the amount back. So this type of things not happen in the supermarkets, and actually that whenever you are not giving credit, so you are losing some customers, your turnover will be low. So that is also a limitation of the supermarket. Next limitation is no personal attention. So supermarkets work on the principle of self-service. I have already told, there is a self, and nobody, there is a one or two person is there who actually making your bill. whatever the things you purchase, you go to the cash counter and give them that actually I like to purchase, and then that immediately they actually make bill what are actually your purchase price of total. Okay, but no personal attention is there. Unlike departmental store, you can find there is some salesperson for each and every department, and they actually help you to buy. Even in the your nearby shops, the shopkeeper also sometimes tell you that that's good is better than that, this product you can take. So this type of things, what are the quality of the goods, you are always very apprehension, because you buy a product by own and you just come to home, and if you suppose you buy a soup, food products actually soup packet, and whenever you go to return back to home and making the soup, you see that the soup is not actually as per you expected. Okay, so you are actually not very satisfied. So these things actually happen in supermarket due to no personal actually attention for a particular product or goods or particular items. So supermarket work on the principle of self service, so customer therefore do not get any personal attention. As a result, such commodities that require personal attention by salespeople cannot be handled effectively in supermarkets. Just I am giving an example that you need a soup that is very much what kind of chili soup. Okay, it should be not very sweet and sour, but you just pick up a soup that is sweet and sour because you do not know what type of soup it is. But all our things are not actually mentioned in a label. Or maybe you take a chili soup, but that is not as per expectation you want. Okay, sometimes you choose the sweet and sour, you get that is a very chili soup. Okay, so if there is a personal part, actually the salesperson is there, then you can a chance, you have an opportunity to ask them, actually is it I would like to very much sweet and sour soup. Okay, is it actually happen? They will say no, that soup is just better to take this soup until that unless that. So that's type of actual advice provided by the salesperson. But in supermarkets such like things not happen. Okay, so that is actually one of the disadvantages of the supermarkets. Next, one of the thing is mishandling of goods. That is also, as there is a no person actually there, only certain some of the cameras is there who actually, and one person in a site or in one room just seeing that there is any theft or thing happened has not. But whenever you are actually go to a shop, you can go with the children who are very little age. Okay, so sometime what happen, customer handle the goods kept in the shelf carelessly. Okay, they can keep a goods and just throw back, and sometimes even the elder, so youngster generally do some just casually take a goods that this is not okay, just they actually sell it not in a right way. Okay, just put back as it was. So that is called mishandling of goods. Some customer handle the goods kept in the shelf carelessly. This may actually raise cost in supermarket, because a person you have to need to appointment in that way that time, because that one person is or two person is there whose main work is just you are whenever you are buying some goods or looking some goods for need to buy, the whenever you are carelessly put down the goods, whatever which goods you do not need, then one person is always there, he is making the goods always in right place. Okay, so that is the actually the one of the expenses they have to make for mishandling of goods. Okay, Now next limitation is high overhead expenses. So supermarket incur high overhead expenses. Why? As a result, these have not been able to create low price appeal among the customer. So that is not so much lower price they can give, because they have a high overhead cost. Because what is high overhead cost means? There is a fixed cost, because every time you have to maintain, there is a lots of camera, there is a fixed charge they will take, there is a lot of electricity. If customer is calm or not, you are actually always put on the lights, because the showroom looks gorgeous. Okay, so that is also a high cost actually you are expensing each and every day. So this is also a problem, that is high overhead cost you have to expense. Now this huge capital requirement in nearby shop or grocery shop or food item shop nearby in your locality, they are actually take just a small shop. Sometimes in you can see the grocery shop or stationery shop, and the shopkeeper, the owner of this shop, actually lives in the first floor, and he or she actually make the a shop in a ground floor. So that is in his or her own house. But whenever you actually make a supermarket, so you have to maintain lots of wide variety of goods, wide variety of food items, wide variety of non-food items. So at that time you need a huge capital. Okay. So establishing and running a supermarket requires huge investment. The turnover of a store should be high so that the overheads are kept under reasonable level. This can be possible in bigger towns but not in small towns. So in small town it is very difficult to maintain huge capital requirement. It is so in, you can see in most town there is not very much supermarket you can see. Now there is another popular retailer, large scale retailer we can say, that is vending machines. So vending machine are the very newest concept or newest revolution of marketing methods. So in vending machine you can see in railway station, and one of the vending machine we can call ATM, that is all automated teller machine. So that is also a vending machine. A best example is you can see in the railway station there is a vending machine is there. So that is actually, this vending machine is generally operated through coin or token. Okay, and what type of goods they actually in this from this vending machine you can get? So several type of products such as beverages, okay, platform tickets, milk, soft drinks, okay, chocolate, newspaper, etc. So in many, if you go to the western country, you can see there is a vending machine concept what very much earlier, but this vending machine concept comes to India is just 5 to 10 years before. Okay, 10 years before. There was before that there is only vending machine we can say, that is a automated teller machine or ATM was there. Just also started by 5 or 10 years before. Apart from the some of the goods I have discussed, or some of the product I have discussed, that is actually you can get from the vending machine, other concept is getting popular in many parts of our country, particularly in urban area, is the case of automated teller machine. That is also a vending machine, and that is used for banking service. As the name suggests, this machine have altogether changed the concept of banking and made it possible to withdraw money at any time without visiting any branch of a bank. Now before ATM, automated teller machine, install or comes to India, if you need money at the time of, suppose after bank was closed as a 4 p.m. Okay, so if you need money after 4 p.m., just suppose there is some, you need money as a 8 p.m. or at night, that is at 10 p.m. because suddenly some of your family man was suddenly sick, you need to go to the hospital, and whenever you go to the hospital you have to deposit some money for the admission. So at that time, but you have no cash in your house, but after get ATM was come, so you can go easily to the ATM and you just use your debit card or your ATM card and you can withdraw money from them. So that is one of the advantages, and that is also one type of vending machine. Vending machine generally used for prepacked goods. Okay, prepacked, branded and low price goods which have high turnover and which are uniform in size and weight. Okay, otherwise it will not get out, because vending machine is an automated machine, and one of the advantage that you need chips or you need cold drinks even at 11 p.m. if there is a vending machine and you use the coin, or okay, 5 rupees 5 or rupees 10, you can actually, if you put the coin in this machine and you can get the soft drinks, that is any, that may be Coca-Cola, that may be Pepsi, that may be Sprite, anything. So that is one of the advantages. So however the but one of the disadvantages also of this vending machine is that you cannot use the notes in this vending machine. Nowadays we can only use the coin, that may be 5 rupees coin or 10 rupees coin, or if you want to use a notes, nowadays you can use notes also of some of the vending machine. Very recently that type of vending machine actually started, and just you can use 10 rupees 10 rupees denomination or 20 rupees denomination rupees, okay, 20 or 10 rupees denomination, but you cannot use the 100 rupees or 500 rupees for on that machine. So that are the main advantages and disadvantages, and that type of course you learn that actually use for the vending machine, that is mostly food products, milk, soft drinks, chocolate, newspaper, platform tickets, okay, and another modern form of vending machine, that is automated teller machine also, that is also a vending machine. So a vending machine generally used for a same size or same pre-packed goods, otherwise it will not come out, and you can use mainly coin for this, you can use coin, not notes. So that is one of the disadvantages also. But one of the disadvantages also that is initial cost of installing a vending machine and the expenditure on regular maintenance and repair are quite high. Okay, so initial investment to start a vending machine or regular maintenance we have to maintain is regular. Sometimes you can see in your railway station the vending machine that actually gives you the platform ticket or other tickets also nowadays you can take from this vending machine. Most of the machine is not working because they are not maintaining properly. Okay, so that is one of the disadvantages. So these are the main thing of vending machine, and most of the large scale retailer we have already discussed, that is, so there is a departmental store. What are the different large scale retailer? One is departmental store, second is multi shop or chain store, now third is mail orders houses, now fourth is consumer cooperative store, and fifth is vending machines. And sorry, there is another, that is just we discussed, that is supermarket, number 6. Okay, but these are the thing you should look, and this chapter, that is internal trade, will come to your assessment to examination also. Next we will learn about what are the difference between departmental store and multiple shop, and also the difference between supermarket and departmental store. Okay, so thank you for today. Hope you will understand the thing. Thanks.